For centuries, many believed that science and religion were two separate, conflicting worlds. But what if the answers to some of the universe's biggest mysteries were revealed over 1,400 years ago? What if the Quran, a book sent down in the deserts of Arabia, contained scientific facts long before modern scientists even discovered them? Today, we step into the world where faith meets science, where revelation meets discovery, and where hidden truths finally come to light. First, let's talk about the creation of the universe. Modern science tells us that everything began with an enormous explosion called the Big Bang, but the Quran mentioned this concept long before telescopes existed. It says, "The heavens and the earth were once one mass, and we split them apart." A single joined entity, then separation. This description is strikingly similar to the Big Bang model, which was only revealed in the 20th century. Then there's the expanding universe. In 1929, the astronomer Edwin Hubble discovered that the universe is constantly growing. But 14 centuries before him, the Quran stated, "We are expanding the heavens." How could a man in the 7th century possibly know that the universe was not static, but growing every single second? Let's dive into the oceans. Scientists have discovered that deep seas have layers of darkness and powerful internal waves far below the surface, a phenomenon completely unknown until recent times. Yet, the Quran describes it perfectly: darkness in a deep sea, covered by waves on top of waves. Waves upon waves is upon waves is upon waves is on top of waves on top of waves. Scientifically accurate description of the internal waves found in deep water, discovered only with modern sonar equipment. Now, let's look at the mountains. Geologists today know that mountains have deep roots that extend far into the earth, acting like pegs to stabilize tectonic plates and prevent the crust from shaking excessively. The Quran described this function 1,400 years ago, and the mountains he set them as pegs, foundations, stabilizers. It's a perfect match with modern geological science. What about the water cycle? For ancient civilizations, where rain came from was a mystery. Yet, the Quran explained the entire process in detail: evaporation from the seas, the formation of clouds, the winds moving them across the land, and finally, the falling of rain. These stages are mentioned across multiple verses. How could people living in the desert understand the complexities of a global atmospheric system? Perhaps one of the most astonishing examples is human embryology. In the 20th century, using powerful microscopes, scientists discovered the precise stages of human development in the womb. But the Quran described these stages in the exact same order much earlier, starting as a liquid drop, which then becomes a clinging clot, then a lump of flesh, followed by the formation of bones, which are then covered with flesh. Even world-renowned embryologists have been stunned by the accuracy of this description. Have you heard about the barrier between two seas? Oceanographers have found that when two different seas meet, like the Mediterranean and the Atlantic, they don't immediately mix. A barrier, created by differences in salinity, temperature, and density, keeps them separate. The Quran mentioned this phenomena. He placed between the two seas a barrier they do not transgress. This invisible marine barrier was only confirmed with modern technology, but it was written in the Quran over a millennium earlier. Our planet is also protected. The Earth's atmosphere acts as a shield, filtering harmful radiation from the sun, burning up meteors, and trapping heat to make life possible. The Quran refers to this perfectly, saying, "We made the sky a protected ceiling, a protected roof, a protective ceiling." That's exactly what scientists call the Earth's atmosphere today. Science also predicts that the universe will one day end, either through a collapse known as the Big Crunch or a slow freeze called heat death. The Quran also describes a catastrophic cosmic end. Stars will fall, the skies will split apart, mountains will turn to dust, and the seas will boil over. This powerful vision, revealed centuries ago, is now supported by theories in modern cosmology. Finally, the most fundamental truth of biology. Science confirms that water is the essential building block of all life. Every living cell contains it, and every life form depends on it. The Quran stated this simple yet profound fact over 1,400 years ago. We made every living thing from water. How could this be known in the 7th century when the basic components of life were a complete mystery? The Quran is not a science textbook, but it contains undeniable scientific truths that were impossible to know at the time of its revelation. Are these just coincidences? Or are they a sign of divine knowledge? That is a question for you to decide. But one thing is clear: the deeper we explore science, the more the Quran reveals its hidden layers. The more we uncover the mysteries of the universe, the more these verses shine with meaning. The more we learn, the more the truth becomes undeniable. Thanks for watching. If this journey into faith and science fascinated you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.